Hi everyone. We already know that there are different steps of human nutrition. First one is ingestion, then comes digestion, and after digestion comes absorption. Okay, so we have already completed the process of chemical digestion in human beings. Now, once the food gets digested, the digested food has to be absorbed. Okay, we already know that the complete digestion of food occurs in small intestine. Now, for example, carbohydrates gets digested into simple sugars like glucose, galactose, fructose, etc. Okay, protein gets digested into amino acids and fat gets digested into fatty acids and glycerol. So these simpler food substances plus vitamins and minerals present in a food cannot stay only in the ileum or in small intestine. It has to be utilized by various parts of the body. Okay, so for that, from small intestine, this food, digested food, should reach different parts of the body. Okay, so how it happens? All this digested food present in the small intestine gets absorbed into the bloodstream. Okay, and then this blood takes the digested food to different parts of the body. So this absorption of food is actually the movement of small food molecules and ions. Ions here is in reference with mineral ions. Okay, through the wall of the intestine into the blood. Here blood should come, okay, into the blood, and this process is known as absorption. Now remember, the process of absorption occurs in small intestine. Okay, in the reference to small intestine, two questions are important for 1 mark. First one, in which part of alimentary canal or in which part of human digestive system maximum absorption of food occurs? Okay, that is small intestine. And second one is, in which part of alimentary canal or human digestive system the complete digestion of food takes place, okay, or occurs. So this is again small intestine. Instead of small intestine, we can also write ileum. Okay, so complete digestion of food or nutrients takes place in small intestine, and the absorption of digested food also occurs in small intestine or ileum. Now we also drink water, okay, before having food or after having food. So this water also gets absorbed in small intestine as well as in large intestine. But maximum absorption of water occurs in small intestine. Okay. Now we will see that how small intestine is actually adapted for the absorption of food. Now this walls of small intestine actually, they have a large number of millions of microscopic finger-like projections. Okay, so the inner wall of small intestine is actually covered with millions of microscopic finger-like projections, which are called villi. Now here in the picture you can see this is actually the microscopic finger-like projection. Okay, here, and this is right side also you can see the picture. Okay, these are all the microscopic finger-like projections present in the wall of small intestine, mainly ileum. Okay, wall of ileum. So millions of microscopic finger-like projections are present in the inner side of the inner side or inner wall of the small intestine, and these projections are known as villi. Okay, VILLI, and singular is known as villus. Okay, plural is villi, VILLI, and the singular one is called villus. Okay, and on each villus, now here on each villus it's not visible, but on the top of each villus there are another smaller parts of the villi which are called microvilli present. Okay, now what these villi does, these villi actually increases the surface area for the process of absorption of food. Hence the absorption of food becomes very faster in case of human beings. Why? Because in the inner wall of ileum or small intestine, millions of microscopic finger-like projections are present, and these finger-like projections are known as villi. And on the top of each villi, we still have microvilli, which further increases the surface area for absorption of digested food. Okay. Now in detail, we will see the structure of villus. Then on left side, this image is actually the longitudinal section of villus or villi. Okay, villi is plural, villus is singular. You can see here, first very important point to note about villus is that villus is one cell thick. Okay, this is a very important point. This is actually indeed a very important adaptation. Okay, so villus is one cell thick. Okay. Now you can see here in the picture, as I have told you, villi is one cell thick. That means villi is made up of only one layer of cells. Okay, there is only one layer of cell present around the villi or villus. Okay, there is only one layer of cell which is actually covering the villi. Okay, now you can see here there is only one layer of cell present around one villi. Okay, goblet cell are present which makes mucus. Okay, then apart from this, this villi is also supplied with two very important vessels. Okay, one is blood vessel. Okay, these are actually the blood capillaries. You can see here, these are the blood capillaries. Okay, down you can see we have an artery. This artery is actually bringing blood from the heart, and this artery enters inside the villi. Okay, and forms the network of blood vessels called capillaries. Okay, so these are all the one cell thick again capillaries. Okay, and these capillaries actually absorbs the nutrients, and from these capillaries now the blood goes to this vein, and vein takes this blood to the liver. Okay, because liver performs the job of assimilation of food. Okay, so villi is one cell thick. Okay, and villi is supplied with blood vessels because these blood vessels helps in absorption of the digested nutrients. Apart from this, you can see here in the center we have another this thin tube like structure, white color structure. Okay, this is nothing but this is another vessel which is known as lacteal. Okay, so what is the name of this vessel? This vessel is known as lacteal. Lacteal actually helps in absorption of digested fat. We know that fat gets digested by lipase enzyme into fatty acids and glycerol. Okay, so these lacteals helps in absorption of fatty acids, glycerol, lipids. Okay, plus fat soluble vitamins. So when we consume vitamins in a body, okay, we have vitamin A, vitamin K, vitamin D, and vitamin E. So remember, A, D, K, and E. These four are fat soluble vitamins. That means when we consume these vitamins in the food, these vitamins go and mixes or dissolves into the fat. Okay, fat which is also present in our food. Okay, so when fat gets absorbed into the lacteal, so these fat soluble vitamins also gets absorbed into the lacteal. Vitamin B and C are water soluble vitamins, so they are absorbed into the bloodstream. Okay, so adaptation of this villi is, it is one cell thick. Okay, then it is supplied with blood capillaries and the lacteals. Okay, right side you can see this image. This image is actually the detailed structure of the surface of the villi. You can see here this is the basement membrane. So you can see like this. This is one particular villus. Okay, and around the villus a single layer of cells are present like this. Okay, like this. Single layer of cells are present. Okay, so we have at the bottom basement membrane. Basement membrane means membranes to which the cells are attached. Okay, and on the top of each cell you can see we have here microvilli. Okay, so still each cell is having very small finger-like projections called microvilli. Microvilli further increases the surface area for absorption of digested food. And in center we have goblet cells. These goblet cells make mucus. Okay, so now let's see the structure of villi, the adaptations and the function. So one adaptation is each villus is one cell thick. All these three adaptations we have already discussed in the previous slide. First adaptation, remember to write in the exam is, it is one cell thick. And how it is beneficial? As each villus is one cell thick, the diffusion distance reduces. Okay, the diffusion distance, that means the digested molecules actually have to cross only one layer of cell in order to enter inside the blood capillaries or into the lacteal. Okay, you can see here, for example, if you have here maybe a molecule of glucose. Okay, this is a molecule of glucose. Now this molecule of glucose now has to enter into this blood capillary here. Okay, so what will happen? This molecule of glucose has to cross only one layer of cell, okay, in order to enter inside the blood capillaries. Okay, so this is how the diffusion distance and the diffusion time is reduced. Second adaptation is each villus contains a large network of blood capillaries. Obviously, when large network of blood capillaries are present, so the absorption of digested food will be faster. It will again, help in faster diffusion. Then the second one, third one is each villus contains a lacteal. Okay, lacteal is lymph vessel. It comes under a lymphatic system. About this, we will learn in transportation in human beings. Okay, that is unit 9. So each villus contains a lacteal. Lacteal is known as lymph vessel. Lymph vessel absorbs fatty acids, glycerol, lipids, and fat soluble vitamins. So these three are the adaptations of villi. And what is the function of villi? Villi actually increases surface area for the absorption of digested food in small intestine. So this topic is actually very important as per exam point of view, because in IGCSE many times they ask question on adaptation of villi and the function of villi. Also, this structure is very important. You should actually by heart the structure of villus, okay, or the longitudinal section of villus. Remember, this villus is surrounded with the one cell thick layer of cells, and it is supplied with blood capillaries and lymph vessel, that is lacteal. They both helps in absorption of digested nutrients. And remember the function of lacteal very well, because they ask this question in exam, what is the function of lacteal? Or they might ask in a different way that what are the nutrients which are actually absorbed into the lacteal. So only fat, fatty acids, glycerol, lipids, okay, these three are actually the products of digestion of fat. And fat soluble vitamins, they are the one which are absorbed into the lacteal. Okay, and in blood capillaries, what is absorbed? Carbohydrates and amino acids, simple carbohydrates and amino acids. Okay, and the function is it increases surface area for absorption of digested food in small intestine. So in next video, we are going to talk about assimilation. That is the fourth stage of human nutrition. Take care till then. Bye-bye.